Hi guys, it's Shane. As you have seen below, this is the May 2013 Love It or Leave It. Not a really big selection this month. I've found I've just been sort of doing, not simple, but just not as many new products have been tried this month for a variety of reasons, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So we'll start with our leaves because I only have 3 this month, which is really good. Means I haven't disliked too much stuff anyway. The first thing I've got up is this CoverGirl Clean foundation for normal skin in Buff Beige. The colour suited, but this product stinks. It smells like eucalyptus oil. It's just a little simple screw off, comes off of that. I used it once and the smell of eucalyptus just stayed with me all day. It felt really cakey and heavy on my skin, which I hate, so that is a really big leave it for me. You know, I wear a lot of, all my foundation is pretty much full coverage except for my Garnier BB cream, and it doesn't feel heavy. This stuff, it felt like I had 5 layers of paint on my face, which was terrible, so that is a leave it. My next leave it is a nail polish, and that is in China Glaze Sunshine Pop. This colour applied really streaky. It took several layers, and it didn't look very nice. I didn't like it, so that's in my leave it's for the month. The next thing, and I'll probably get a lot of flack for saying this, is my Sigma Defining Eyes palette. This is the palette Tiffany D came up with. I purchased it because I just love a lot of the Sigma eyeshadows, especially after their Paris palette. It looks like this. It did have an eyeliner down here, a white and blue dual-sided eyeliner, which I've since thrown out. These are the shadows. The shadows themselves are fairly well pigmented. There's nothing special about them though. Like, I mean, it's just your basic black, blue, green, neutrals. Your double liner, smudge brush and shadow brush, as well as these black and brown eyeliners. The eyeliners in this kit are terrible. They look like this. They're very creamy, but you put them on and they don't set at all. I've been using these more for like a very faded out base when I've been doing a neutral eye, and that's it, really faded. You can hardly see it. I applied this as a liner. It didn't set at all. It just stayed pliable and it just moved around my whole lid. It wrecked my whole look that I was trying to do, so that's a big leap from that. It really wasn't worth the money that I paid for the palette. I mean, these colours I could pretty much dupe out of my Urban Decay and MAC eyeshadows. I was pretty disappointed by that, but what can you do? So those are my 3 leave it's, which I'm happy is only 3 this month. Onto my love it's. So these are products that I've really loved or that I've reached for a lot over the course of the month. The first thing is my Brazen Cosmetics Brow Powder in Jessica. It's a dark red colour which I use in my brows to try and match in with my hair, and you can see there it does give a nice red hint. It's really nice to work with, very pigmented. I don't need an awful lot of product. I've still got the jar I used last year and it's still as good as it was when I purchased it, so it lasts for ages. And this is a 3-gram jar. You can get it in a 10-gram jar, which I think I would never end up running out of, so I really love that product. My favourite foundation of all time is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I recently just got this tube because I had a bunch of sample size mascaras I was trying to use up, and I had a few full sizes I got in subscription boxes. But I finally have used up most of them, so I allowed myself to get my favourite mascara. And I think a really good mascara, I mean, you pay $30 in Australia for this, but it really does make a difference, I think. And this is the one I found that's worked best for me, so there's that one. Again, that make it my favourites is the Shadow Shields. These are fantastic. I love these when I'm using really dark, went a bit bright then, when I'm using really dark pigments, because often you will get a bit of fallout, and sometimes I do foundation first, so sometimes it is a pain when you end up with fallout and you have to try and fix up your face after. So I love using these. This is a Barry M Cosmetics pigment in number 98. I don't know how well this is going to pick up in the camera. This is gorgeous blue with a purple shift. Absolutely stunning. Not very expensive. I think I paid $5 for this, I want to say. But absolutely amazing. It is chock-a-blocks full. I've used this several times and it hasn't even made a dent in the product, and the colour is amazing. A beautiful duochrome, that one. So I'm really liking that colour. Next thing up, Z palettes. I have a lot of old, or have a lot of old MAC eyeshadows that I've bought from collections that were singles, and they were just taking up so much room in my drawer. I'm trying to downsize a lot of products, so I was like, what can I do now that they've discontinued the Pro palettes, and you can't get hold of the new ones at the moment anywhere. I've tried. Even my friends overseas are having trouble getting them. So someone recommended Z palettes, and I saw on Vintage or Tacky a really good tip where instead of having to stick the little metal bit on here, you just put it back to front. So you can see there. So that's the little bit that they say you should stick on, and there's the magnet that comes in the palette. But if you do that, it sticks in there fine and you don't end up having to use the magnet. So if you wanted to put some of your smaller eyeshadows, mix up your 15 pan, you can. And someone suggested I get a Z palette. This is my Z palette. I got this off of Makeup Geek. I think it cost me $24 plus $6 shipping. So I got a couple and I just went Depot crazy. This was an Inglot blush I bought, and I just depotted all my large Pro shadows from MAC and a few of my smaller ones. So I'm really loving this palette. It's lightweight. I don't know how it's going to show up. You can see there it really does hold them in. Hitting that pretty hard. I did have one casualty of depotting though. My Shadow and Ego, look there. Broke my ego. But I'm loving the Z palette at the moment. I think it's a fantastic invention, and you know, you can't go wrong. This is the Pro size. There are some other sizes. I did get a smaller one that had bright blue sort of lining, I guess you could say. Almost like a fake leather, that one though. Definitely recommend anyone who wants to depot or who has lots of little individual eyeshadows, get a Z palette. Holds your Inglot, it holds everything. It's absolutely amazing. And last but not least, this is my favourite. Actually, if you haven't seen, I've recorded a tutorial on this product, and that is the MAC eyeshadow Extra Dimension in Zestful. This colour is amazing. The camera will not do it justice. That's what it looks like. It's this gorgeous lime green iridescent shade, which I'm wearing on my lids at the moment, on the main part of my lid. Absolutely stunning. This shadow is amazing. It has 2 grams worth of product, so it's an extra half a gram more than what the original MAC eyeshadows have. I don't buy many backups anymore. I bought backup of this, which a friend of mine, a very good friend over in America, is picking up for me. Because in Australia is worth $50, but seriously, if my friend was unable to get them, I would pay $50 for another one of these. I love it that much. So that's my last favourite for the month of May. Like I said, this was a really quick love it or leave it this month because I've actually enjoyed a lot of the products I've been using. I haven't had many leave it's this month. If you're interested in this look that I'm wearing today, there will be a tutorial for it somewhere around my channel. So guys, as always, the links to my blog, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram will be down here below. What was your favourites of the month? If you've got a video of your favourites, just put it down in the video responses and I will watch it. Leave a comment below. Is there any products that you have enjoyed or you haven't enjoyed? Any requests for looks or anything, just feel free to comment on any of my multimedia that is linked down below or here. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.